you want to review recent events, you should check the corpus. Why not open your ring terminal and take a quick look?
Order accepted. Thank you.
Creation. Delivery route final.
Right. Got a little cargo under the shelf in the back. You're mine. You're mine. Snag it. Gotcha. Snag it. Right. Got a little cargo under the shelf in the back. Almost there. Gotcha. Okay.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Thank you.
Coverage credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the...
This door appears to be locked. We'll need a passcode of some sort to open it. You don't know the number, do you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Charlie specifically tell us to check something before we accepted this order? I remember now, Sam. Charlie gave us explicit instructions to carefully review the order information. Does that ring a bell? You might as well check the details via your ringtone. Why don't you take a look at the corpus, Sam? The section on the motherhood, specifically. Very least, we're bound to learn something of value. Use your ring terminal to take a look. That did it, Sam.
Thank you. I'll get this cargo processed right away. Everything looks to be in serviceable condition. We've been waiting eagerly for your arrival. We're ready to join the chiral network.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
We appreciate your help. Before you go, I have another favor to ask of you. In private, where we won't be overheard. There's a back room just past that terminal. I'll be waiting.
Order completed. Well done.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned.
What is this? We came here in peace.
It's all right. They don't mean us any harm. You must be Sam. Thank you. Couldn't have been easy getting here. Folks call me the Doctor. My sisters and I don't normally allow men inside, but for patients we make an exception. It's clear you've suffered greatly for this child's sake. Haven't you? May I, Sam? Oh, these. They're chiral hands. So your BB's passed on.
You have dooms then, I take it.
I do. And it's given me an unusual gift. I can remove a BB from a still mother's womb without resorting to invasive surgery and safely place it in a pod with minimal distress to the fetus.
Without using any tools whatsoever? So you're a psychic surgeon then?
A psychic midwife is what they call me. When I was with Bridges, I used these techniques to remove BBs from their mothers. Sam, you may be suffering from persistent, complex bereavement disorder.
Is that why you called me here? To tell me I got issues?
Sam, we're the motherhood.
The what now?
This shelter is a safe space for mothers.
Women and children would come here seeking peace. They also came because I could examine still babies. I'd move the fetus to a pod and perform what I would call a transposed screening.
I guess that's why they call you doctor. So, are you saying your technique allows you to treat still baby syndrome?
A BB pod is functionally no different than an incubator. And I was eager to bring our unborn children into the world. So, I thought I would give this little one a chance. Still baby or no, I was convinced I could bring a fetus to term outside the womb. So I placed him in the pod. And a moment later, his heart started beating. And then, after 3 minutes, it stopped. I tried as quickly as I could to get him back in the womb, but it was too late. The still baby was no longer viable. I'm sorry, Caesar. Over time, I tried to refine the pod tech to find a way to help women and their children. But treatment and life extension are impossible. All I could do was look. Even so, word got around and mothers in need of support started coming here. But unfortunately, not long after, men came knocking too. Men who wanted women. What could I do? I was only a doctor who delivered babies. And nothing more. Luckily, I had strong women around me. Mothers who were willing to stand up and fight for the sake of us all.
But as soon as we decided to take up arms, our man friends only got bolder.
If we don't fight back, they'll enslave us. We can't and won't lay down our arms till our safety is guaranteed.
Where'd you get your hardware?
Weapons factory's been pumping them out non-stop. That's why all the locals around here are toting new toys. Got plenty more of their new releases in the armory downstairs. Sam, we want you to shut down their operation and halt the spread of weapons.
Stop them, please. Please.
Prior to proceeding, we'll need to confirm the precise location of the factory. Let's make our way back to the DHV Magellan, Sam.
Sam, wait.
Yeah.
There. All finished.
Sam, this is Tarman. We've got an emergency on our hands here. I'm afraid the DHV Magellan is out of action. We can't move an inch. A cursory inspection confirmed that some critical parts of the propulsion system have become clogged up with tar. Our usual decontamination methods won't cut it. We'll need a special tar dissolvent to clear out the blockage. The F2 South Distribution Centre was kind enough to source some for us. I'd like you to pick up the order on site, collect the cargo and bring it back to the ship. Meanwhile, we'll be doing everything we can to keep ourselves from sinking further into the tar, as well as gathering information on the weapons factory. Don't let us down, Sam.
This cargo has been designated hazardous. The container encasing the cargo may release noxious gases if damaged significantly.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Thank you kindly. Right.
Construction process map complete.
Time motor.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Look, Sam, a hot spring. Shall we take a dip? Hey, Sam, have you thought about using transponders? Make your life easier.
You mind? Yeah, feels nice. Wow, that's the stuff.
This is the life. wonderful feeling.
Now this is living. Oh, constellation. Wow. Sure is pretty. Yeah, enjoy it while you can. Yeah, soak it in. Yeah.
What a wonderful feeling. Huh? It's pulling us in! Where in the world are we?
Wait, are you Sam? Where did you come from just now? Did you perhaps arrive here by way of a hot spring? If so, then we have much to discuss. Would you be so kind as to access the delivery terminal? Whenever you have a moment, that is.
Excuse me. Nice to meet you. Oh, wait. We've met before. At this very facility, in fact. You might remember. My hand, at least. How's our mutual friend doing? Hardman and I have been working together to study water samples collected on the beach. So, you actually managed to jump here from the Miracle Spring. I knew it. I'd always theorized the existence of incredibly strong overlaps between this world and the beach. Places where a special kind of hot spring would emerge through the tar currents. Similar to the plate gates, but on a smaller scale. In principle, a person could use one to ride the currents within the earth and jump to other connected springs. Just like you did. In fact, I dug that spring you used in order to test this theory. And now, I want to confirm if it holds true for different locations. I'd love it if you were able to help Sam. I'll add the necessary functions to your PCC. Just so you know, I've added hot spring digger functions to the level 2 PCC. You now have the ability to identify a suitable location and commence excavation. Once a hot spring has been completed, feel free to take a dip and relax. I should mention that these springs are invaluable from my beach water research. As a hydrologist, they're a critical resource. So, if I may ask, Sam, would you be willing to use my digger to find and excavate hot springs throughout the continent? Please report back to me if you do dig any. I'll make sure to reward you for your efforts. Once you've readied your level 2 PCC and selected the digger, listen for pulses alerting you to underground water sources nearby. Pulses become more frequent as you move closer to a source, so wait until the interval between them is as short as possible before finally picking a spot to dig. Once you commence construction, the process is automated. All you need to do is wait for the hot spring to percolate to the surface. The digger will also remove any dangerous contaminants from the water. This means that as soon as the hot spring is ready, you can wade right in. Sources can be found everywhere, but depending on the location, the resulting spring will have different properties. I'm also thinking of adding a feature that will let you customize aspects of the springs you dig. Perhaps that will give you something to look forward to as well. The waters of the beach in our world circulate within the same system. As a hydrologist, I study this system. The hot springs of the Australian continent are the product of underground beach water that has been heated by dark currents. But there's more to it than that. A space-time phenomenon, similar to plate gates, has been observed at the points where hot springs emerge. In other words, it seems to be possible to jump between hot springs linked via the dark currents. I had been meaning to test this theory, but then you took the initiative and proved the truth for me. From what I saw earlier, it seems the teleportation process has no adverse effect on you. But just remember that you won't be able to take all types of cargo when you jump. Said cargo will be left behind at the hot spring you jumped from. It should be automatically stored in the digger's private locker, though. Make sure that you don't forget about it afterwards. Were you at all interested in digging hot springs? If so, there's a promising site I've identified. It's to the northwest of here. My analysis suggests that a potential source should be present in that vicinity. I'll post a formal aid request shortly, so consider heading in that direction and testing out the hot spring digger. If you do end up digging one, don't forget to return and inform me of your accomplishment. In your own time, of course. I'm not planning on going anywhere for the foreseeable future.
Order completed. Well done.
I appreciate you coming at night. Taking a look at the orders now. Well, look at what you brought me. I didn't think I'd ever see this again. I've made great strides in my work thanks to you, and want to give you this data as thanks. I am increasing the amount of materials you can use here. My way of helping you.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The schematic I've shared is for a refined extra battery. It boasts increased capacity despite not being any bigger than the old version. It's one of the research projects I decided to take over from our mutual friend in preparation for your arrival. I think there's still plenty of room for improvement, though. You know, Sam, We've actually got something in common. Dooms. I can hear the waves of the beach and sense the flow of tar in the Earth's crust. This is what led me to suspect that water might be circulating between the beach and our world. As I immersed myself in my research, I also discovered that my body had begun to undergo certain changes. I had developed a condition that affected me every 21 minutes. I know, just like a certain someone. Our symptoms are a little different, though. First of all, only Doom's sufferers seem to develop them. In my particular case, I vomit every 21 minutes due to a form of gastric reflex spasm syndrome. The muscles of my stomach cease to function properly for a time, and everything in my system comes back up. I'd rather others didn't see this, so I keep to myself in the back room. That's where I was when you first came to this laboratory. I'm sorry I wasn't able to greet you properly then. I hope I can call on you again. Please, tell our friend I say hello.
Order completed. Well done. Order accepted. Thank you.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
I'm counting on you.
If we make a hot spring jump from Hartman Spring, we should be able to return to our previous location. It might be a good idea to go back and retrieve anything you may have left behind.
Snag.
favor.
There's the man we've been waiting for. Bringing up the order information now. This cargo's been missing for a while now. You did good tracking it down.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Always glad for the help. Don't be a stranger.
Order completed. Well done.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another...
Vehicle ready. Please drive carefully.
Playing archived footage from this location.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Thank you for coming back. Please wait while I check orders. You really went above and beyond. My research is really going to kick on now. With your support, my research has advanced leaps and bounds. Take this data. You should find it invaluable. I am increasing the amount of materials you can use here. My way of helping you.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I've succeeded in further increasing the capacity of the extra battery. I say I did this, but I only managed to do so because of your considerable assistance. I'd like to pursue this line of research a bit more, I think. By the way, how is Hartman's health? You might not be aware of this, but he was helping me with my hydrology research. We were partners, you could say. Research associates, that is. When he returned from his brief visits to the beach, his body retained trace amounts of water. It was these samples that I used to carry out my research. But I understood that the trips had begun to take a toll on his heart. So I can't help but worry still. Look after him for me. Hartman and I both belong to a community of people dealing with 21-minute syndromes. The 21-Minute Anxiety Association. I first met him at one of our meetings. Naturally, these meetings only run for 20 minutes, so we got to know each other better by exchanging mails afterwards. We conversed at length about our shared struggles and grew closer through our joint research activities. I hope I can call on you again. Please, tell our friend I say hello.
Order completed. Well done.
brain's internal struggles as we attempt to come to terms with traumatic events. By taking our memories of recent events or shuffling them in this fashion, we attempt to find ways of coping with them. Nevertheless, it can be an unpleasant experience. I hope you can get some restful sleep soon. creatures can travel in groups of several hundred individuals. If you intend to face them, explosive ordnance is your only viable option. Take out as many as you can at once.
Look that one. That's the way. Look that one.
covered everything then. Great. Let's get it delivered.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
Thanks for the help, Sam. And apologies for greeting you as a chirogram, despite all the effort you put in on our behalf. I'm tied up with ship repairs at the moment. Can't afford to risk contaminating this work site either. Anyway, let me check your cargo. On you, Sam. This cargo looks to be in perfect condition. It's no wonder your client speaks so highly of your work.
Now display your current order grade.
Cheers for that, Sam. This'll take care of that blockage, no worries. We'll get started right away.
We can handle the blockage. It's fine. I'd rather you get some sleep so you're ready to tackle your next order. By the time you wake up, we'll probably be finished anyway. Enjoy your rest. Doctor to identify the location of the weapons factory. Stopping the supply of these weapons at the source will make it far easier to carry out future missions. Whereas leaving the factory alone only increases the risk of networked facilities coming under attack in the future. So let's shut it down ASAP. Tarman has already made preparations. Access the THV Magellan's delivery terminal to pick up this main order. Tarman will explain the rest.
What's going on tomorrow?
Oh, reading that one again, are we? It must be quite the page-turner. The HMS Beagle, which was instrumental in Darwin's development of his theory of evolution, eventually came to symbolize adventures and explorers of new worlds. Spaceships in science fiction novels would bear the name, as well as actual ships developed in real life. You know, Sam, when our Australian journey is finally complete, we could ask Charlie to build us our own personal vessel. Yes, we should. Let's do that. It'll be fun. It goes without saying that we'll have to call it the Beagle. Oh, and you must let me be the captain, all right? I won't budge on this. I refuse.
It's okay. It's all right.
Each time we take the DHV Magellan into the currents, the level of tar pollution on board increases, which is why everyone has to pitch in to clean the ship after every trip. In spite of that, we still find ourselves stymied by nasty blockages like this one. Tarman broke 3 mops attempting to dislodge a particularly stubborn wad before throwing up his hands in despair. Although he failed in that epic struggle, I can only respect his dedication. Apropos of nothing, the doctor's talents were a sight to behold. A psychic midwife. I've never had the opportunity to watch one at work before. How many children has she held in those hands of hers, I wonder? I expect she knows a great deal about BB units as well. Sam, I spoke with Rainey earlier. She tells me tomorrow's making excellent progress with her studies. Before we left to see the motherhood, she was tackling and solving relatively elementary problems. But it seems she's since progressed to intermediate and higher level ones. At this rate, she might well surpass our own capabilities before long. To learn is to grow, and to watch her grow so quickly has been a delight. Sam, about the hot springs, we should go out and try to dig a new one. They can soothe aches and pains, improve circulation, and depending on the mineral content, confer all kinds of other benefits. But more than that, it simply feels good to soak and relax. You should never miss a chance to take a dip. The best time to avail yourself of a hot spring is 8 or so in the evening. Call it a doll's intuition.
Sam, your next order is a little complicated, if I'm being honest. I'll brief you on the particulars while you review the relevant information. Go ahead and accept this main order on the terminal.